According to the Society of American Archivists, records refer to the information or data created or received by an entity in the course of its activities. The International Council on Archives identified three key properties that are inherent to all records. These are structure, content, and context. Let's discuss a specific example. A certificate is a kind of record. It is a piece of paper containing information to attest the truth of a fact, qualification, or promise. The creation of this record is through participation or as per request upon the need for a person's future transactions. According to the Society of American Archivists Dictionary of Archives terminology, structure refers to the manner in which elements are organized, interrelated, or displayed. It can also refer to the appearance of a document such as the fonts, its formatting, and any associated graphics. The structure of a certificate is usually composed of, first, an issuing authority, second, the type of certification, third is the subject of the certification, and lastly, the details surrounding the certification. Taken together and arranged logically, these structural elements allow us to identify a record as a certificate, thus enabling us to interpret the content within a particular context. Let's now see what each portion of a certificate structure contains by examining its content. First, content refers to the intellectual substance of a document including text, data, symbols, numerals, images, and sound. For the issuing part of a certificate, it usually contains logos or seals, the name of the issuing authority, and the representatives of the said authority who issued the certificate. Next, the portion containing the type of certification indicates what kind of certificate is being issued. Third, the subject of the certification section contains the certificate's recipient name. And lastly, the details surrounding the certification contains date, location, an event or activity name for certificates of participation. Barangay certificates, on the other hand, usually contains the requester's age, address, the date of issuance, and the purpose of request. That said, let's look at context. Context refers to the organizational, functional, and operational circumstance surrounding a record's creation, receipt, storage or use, and its relationship to other records. Whenever we attend a seminar, forum, or any other kind of activity at school or for work, we receive a kind of certificate, the Certificate of Participation. This certificate serves as a proof of attendance at events essential for things such as school or work. The institution or association that made the event possible issues this certificate. For instance, if you're a student applying for a scholarship, you may also be asked for certifications along with the application form and recommendation letters to prove your extracurriculars and academic achievements. Doing so may just be your edge over the other applicants for the same scholarship. On a different note, if you're applying for a job, a certificate of participation may be useful as evidence to support whatever information you have included in your resume. In the Philippine context, if you are a Professional Regulation Commission or PRC license holder, you are required to undergo CPD, also known as Continuing Professional Development, which is a mandatory requirement for registered and licensed professionals in order to renew their PRC ID. CPD aims to continuously improve the competence of professionals in accordance with the international standards of practice. A certificate of participation from accredited CPD activities such as corporate social responsibility, seminars, conferences, and lectures, for instance, can be used in order to acquire CPD credit units or points. This is a non-formal learning method that individuals can do aside from the other CPD programs that the PRC allows. Another kind of certificate is the letter of certification. It is used to verify an information that is claimed in written form. It can also certify different kinds of information. Some may need to attest to their residency, internship, work experience, existing medical conditions, and many more. A certification letter might prove one's residency. We can acquire this by asking our barangay certificate. A few of the many things one can use it for is during a school scholarship application, a job or loan application, or to give a more relatable context in today's time, to apply for the Social Amelioration Program or SAP. Along with the other requirements required for SAP applicants, such as the filled out application form and a valid ID, you are also required to submit your barangay certificate which certifies your residency. Once complete, these requirements are submitted to the barangay who will then turn it over to DSWD. We should now be able to identify the content, context, and structure of different records. Correctly preserving these is important as it gives the record fixity. Fixity is the quality of being unchanged. The fixity of a record, and thus the record's content, context, and structure allows it to be used as authoritative evidence of transactions. Safeguarding fixity creates records which possess the four following characteristics: authenticity, reliability, integrity, and usability. Let's shortly discuss each of these characteristics. First is the quality of authenticity. It is defined as the quality of being genuine. The structure of a record is important in safeguarding a record's authenticity. We can verify a record's authenticity by testing its physical and formal characteristics, as well as the consistency of its style and language. Next is reliability. It is the quality of being dependable and worthy of trust. A record is reliable if its contents can be trusted as a full and accurate representation of the transactions, activities, or facts to which they attest. Third is integrity. A record that has integrity is one that is complete and unaltered. To ensure a record's integrity, any authorized annotation, addition, or deletion to the said record should be explicitly indicated and traceable. Finally, usability. A usable record is one that can be located, retrieved, presented, and interpreted within a time period deemed reasonable by stakeholders. A usable record should be connected to the business process or transaction that produced it. Preserving fixity creates records that are trustworthy and authoritative. Thus, they serve as appropriate evidence to the activities that they capture. We hope that you enjoyed this quick overview on the key characteristics and essential qualities of records. Thank you for watching.